How's my hair today? Is it still gray? Awesome. Today I thought we could go for a morning walk around my North Austin neighborhood. And maybe we can talk about making YouTube videos. I was looking at my personal channel this morning and I saw that the oldest video that I have is 17 years old. 17 years old. It's a 15-second clip of my 4-year-old daughter waving at me, saying, "Hello, Daddy." I think I was at work because I didn't film it. I think my wife filmed it. And it's 17 years old. Now, she's 21 now. So you can imagine looking at that video. I'm like, wow. I've been making videos for a long while, publishing them on YouTube for a long while. But I got to tell you, like a lot of us, I didn't take it seriously. I was self-conscious. I worried about the gear. I worried about the audio quality, the video quality. I took things down. I put things up. I doubted myself. I started. I stopped. There for a while, I made some tech videos, and they did really well, especially for that time period. But because I was in this mindset that you had to have millions of subscribers to be successful, that the only way you could do it right is if you had thousands upon thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views. I wound up ultimately not publishing on a regular basis because, quite honestly, the story that I had in my head was that I wasn't doing it right, that somehow I was failing, and that nobody was interested, and that I shouldn't do it, which is, how our inner critic. That's how our inner critic do. Talks to us like that, tells us things, and tries to keep us safe. Also tries to tell us when we're feeling unsafe and unsettled and unsure. And so I look at that and I go, wow, man, wouldn't it have been great to have published videos for 17 years, to have 17 years worth of backlog history on YouTube. But that's, a story. What should have been. The reality is like I told you, I stopped, I started, and it is what it is. Like, I can't go back and change it. There's no sense in coming up with a alternate reality where everything went perfectly, where I was ultimately successful and there was some sort of superstardom or whatever, that money rained down from the sky and that somehow magical unicorn shot out of my butt. And that's not worth it because it's not true and it didn't happen. What did happen, happened. And we learn from these things as we go along. So why not just recognize the reality of things and learn from them, right? So the reason I'm making this video today is that I'm realizing that I don't really care too much about the stardom, the YouTube fandom. As in, like, it's great to have a community, but it doesn't define who we are as people. That I don't need 1 million subscribers in order to feel good about myself, in order to believe and know that I'm okay, right? That I'm successful in life, that I enjoy my life, that I like who I'm being in my life. I don't need that, right? It was a misguided story to begin with. But what I have come to realize is that the things that we do or the things that we don't do help to define our experiences, our experience of life, our experience of ourself in life. That when we retreat from an area, when we withdraw, when we play small, when we hide, when we avoid. Those are the areas of life that we don't get to experience, that we don't get to challenge ourselves and be ourselves in those areas of life, because we've let our self-limiting beliefs control us. We've let that limit us, self-limiting beliefs. And so I don't want to do that. This is an area of life that I don't want to do. There's too much opportunity in making these YouTube videos that goes well beyond number of subscribers, number of views, any sort of monetization. Those are all fine and good, but they're not the end goal. The end goal is learning how to tell a good story, being comfortable on camera, filming in public, being able to express yourself fully. Eyebrows, eyes, face, being able to be creative, being able to be resourceful, being able to enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, opportunity to meet other people, to have common interests, to have conversations, to have connection and community. There's so much opportunity to get to know ourselves, to get to know ourselves better, to be able to find out where our comfort zone, what the boundaries of our comfort zone are, to find out where we are uncomfortable, what bothers us, what kind of pokes at our comfort zone and makes us uncomfortable, what stories we have in our head about ourselves, about our abilities, about what we can and can't do, should and shouldn't do, all of that stuff. And it's one of those things that it's worth doing. It's worth doing because it's worth learning about ourselves. And so that's what I want to do with these videos, is really just learn more about me and push into areas of discomfort so that I'm not limited by my thoughts, limited by my imagination, limited by anything really. I mean, isn't that the fuller expression of life? I think it's Wallace D. Wattles, like in 1903, he published this thing called the Science of Getting Rich. And he talks about that money is a tool, that it is a tool for the fuller expression of life. That if you have an idea and you need resources for it, then those resources, that money, actually helps you to express your idea. And so that's its value, right? It doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't it doesn't have any real intrinsic value other than maybe the material paper, the material metal, and the potential that it affords you to be able to express your ideas, which is a fuller expression of life, because our ideas are something that we come up with, and then when we implement, then we share. It's a gift that we give the world, right? It's a gift that we give ourselves and others. So long as you're not trying to enslave a population or destroy things. So I want to make these videos. I want to make these videos for me first and foremost, and I'm going to share them with you. Now, I hope that you'll watch them. I hope that you'll enjoy them. I hope that you'll want to see more of them. I hope that you'll tell me what you're interested in, what you like, what you don't like. And not so that I can turn myself inside out to please you, but so that I can learn, so that I can say, that's interesting. Never considered that before. That's a great idea. I think I'll explore that. That's curious to me. I think that would be fun. So that kind of thing, right? Not a dependency, not a codependency, but an interdependency, an opportunity for collaboration between you and I. So that's where I am with these videos, and it's really just become really apparent to me that I can't not make these videos anymore. You know, like I said, I had a YouTube channel for 17 years. There have been a variety of different types of videos that I have published, but I've never published them with the express intention of learning something about myself. And I think that's a huge, huge difference. There's a lot of YouTube videos right now where people are talking about it's not too late to make a video. This is the best time to get started. I would have to actually agree. I've got this mic 2, this DJI mic 2. I'm recording on the Pocket 3. This is by far the best video quality of a small handheld device that I have ever seen. And the audio quality is fantastic as well. And they pair together automatically. Like once they're Bluetooth paired, they just connect to each other when you turn them on. They find each other, they turn on. Effortless. I have an ND filter on the lens. It helps, it's like sunglasses for the camera. It helps me to be able to film in bright light without everything being blown out. It gives it a nice, clean, crisp look. The video quality on this camera is phenomenal. In fact, it's so good that I'm actually kind of mad about it because I don't really fully 100% enjoy using this camera, but it's so good that every time I look at the footage and all the different cameras that I have, I go, that's the clear winner. And the fact that it pairs with this microphone gives me good, clean audio, brings me right up front. It's like a no-brainer. You know, I love the Insta360 Go 3. That's great. You can film in 2.7K if you want that high quality video. That's great. That's great. You can get the S version of that camera if you want to get the 4K video. It works better in low light. It's got a little bit of inbuilt processing that highlights the face. You can get the action cameras. Any one of the action cameras. I have the Action 4, the Action 5 Pro, whatever came out, and it does a little bit of highlighting on the face. You can get any one of those cameras. They do great, right? And you can also get a big camera. Like I have the A7 III, and that thing is phenomenal, and it's old by today's standard of cameras. Works great. So there's the iPhone, there's Google Pixels. There's a whole bunch of things out there today you can film with, and they're all fantastic. So it's never been a better time to do that, to film, to start a YouTube channel. And what I've learned along the way is that it's not really about the gear. This is great because you don't really have to think about these things these days. You don't really have to think about the gear these days. You get this quality kind of out of the box without a whole lot of wrangling these days. There's plenty of YouTube videos as well. A lot of times people will call it YouTube University. You can pretty much go learn anything about any camera, any setting, any software, any setup, any lighting. You can learn it. So one of the best times ever to be making YouTube videos. And now I know really it's about the story. It's about what story are you trying to tell? And it's also about, and this is the one that's become really obvious to me, really has been driven home for me, is consistency. And the only way that we get consistency is that we have to let go of some of these self-limiting beliefs about what's going on, because then that's what holds us back. That's what keeps us from doing something consistently, because we get up in our head about it and we tell ourselves a story and we wind up shutting down our activities. We have a YouTube video for 17 years where we put up videos sporadically, where we take down videos that we don't think are good enough. And it's all because of the story that we tell ourselves in our head. But I've watched a bunch of content creators these days that are just sharing their travels, sharing the fact that they're making videos. And it's actually something that is fascinating to watch, because we wind up building this community around it where you look forward to seeing them. Like there's Trent the Traveler who lives in his van. There's, is it Pack Hacker? Pack? Oh, I'll have to put a link in the description. But I just watched him. It was 3 days in Shanghai, traveling from New Zealand to, I think he went to Shanghai. He was in Shanghai. Can't remember if he went to Japan first, but he was in Shanghai. And he was flipping through different cameras, recording with the Go 3, his iPhone 13 mini, the X4, which is like a Insta360's 360 camera. And it was fun just to watch. I mean, I didn't hang on every word that he said, because I didn't need to. It was like having something in the background, having a friend, something that was familiar, that you're like, oh, look at there, he's in Shanghai, that's cool. And so you don't need to, focus and listen to every word that someone's saying. It's just like a familiar friend that you have. And that's interesting to me, because there are some YouTubers that I've seen who, and I laugh because I'm like, I laugh at myself. They do a fantastic job. They have lights, they have camera, they have microphone, they've kind of scripted out their videos. They've put a lot of time and effort into creating a story. They're, comfortable in front of the camera. Their information is top notch. They tell, all of the things that somebody would want to know about that particular topic. And I just don't really like watching them. It's nothing personal. It's not them. They're doing a fantastic job. I recognize all the elements. It's just experientially, there's a part of me that just doesn't like watching. And so I keep going back and seeing their videos because they do such a good job, and they come up in my feed and I go, oh yeah, let's watch this one. But then I can only get a quarter or halfway through the video. And I'm like, yeah, So it's interesting that's like, why does one person like what they like and another person doesn't? I don't know, right? We don't need to overanalyze it. We just recognize that it is, and we go, oh, there's some people you like to watch and some people you don't. So really, when it comes down to it, there's somebody out there for everybody to watch, somebody to keep up with, to be interested in, to be entertained by. And so that's something that I'm reminding myself, is that I don't have to tap dance. I don't have to be anybody but myself. And there's going to be people who like that. And there's going to be people who don't. And that's okay. I heard it said one time that 25% of people will like you and their minds can be changed. 25% of people will dislike you and their minds can be changed. 25% of people will like you and their mind can't be changed. 25% of people will dislike you and their mind can't be changed. And the whole point of that little ditty there is that you can't please everybody. And even the people that you can please their mind can be changed. And even the people who say they don't like you initially may come to like you, right? They may grow to like you. So all we really have to do is be ourselves, because everything else is beyond our control. We don't get to control people's thoughts, people's feelings, people's desires, people's actions. If they don't like it, they don't like it. If they do like it, they do like it. Right? And we just continue on as ourselves either way, not really worrying about what they're doing, just keeping our thoughts, feelings, desires, actions in mind, and deciding for ourselves, do we enjoy it? Do we want to do more of it? Do we want to do less of it? And again, what about it do we enjoy? What about it do we not enjoy? Learning something about ourselves, right? Growing. And so that's my plan right now. That's my plan. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other, one video at a time, every day, making something and publishing it. And hopefully, like this video, maybe doing a one and done, not having to edit, so that it's easier. The flow is easier. And that will come as I begin to do it more and more, think about what I want to say, and maybe even scribble down a note here and there. And even if I have to do post-production, just, let it be fun. Let it be creative. Let it be exploration. Let it be adventure. Look for a creative way to tell the story. And let that be something that evolves over time. And don't need it to be perfect right out of the gate. Just recognize that there's going to be some decent videos, and then there's going to be some stinkers. There's going to be some great videos, and there's going to be some not great videos. And that's okay, because it's all part of the process. It's all part of the process, and it's all part of the journey, the unfolding, the becoming, blah, blah, blah. All right. You've probably hadn't heard a word I said. You've probably been watching the neighborhood over over my shoulder. This is my morning walk. This kind of cuts through the neighborhood. There's kind of a little reservoir thing over here. You can see, like right there, that funnels water when it rains really heavy, and sometimes it does. And then they have this nice granite, crushed granite or whatever this is, path here. And a lot of times people walk their dogs in the morning, and it's a great place to record videos and also just get some exercise and just get a walk in. Sometimes, when you get away from your desk and get a change of scenery, you can come and take a walk. And I think if I walk around here, it's somewhere in the neighborhood, no pun intended, of 20 minutes or so. And then, so by the time I'm out and back, it's at least a good 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So if I want to do 2 laps here and then go home, I'm pretty much right at the full hour. And I'm still right here in the neighborhood. And then on the days that I do get a little tired of this, because you know how it is, you can get tired of anything, too much of a good thing. Becomes monotonous. So what I'll do is I'll walk up the main road and go all the way to the main interchange, main intersection, and back. And that's about an hour walk as well, staying in the neighborhood. So it's a great place to live. I'm about 1 street over from a cheaper zip code because I wanted an Austin address. So I live up at kind of the north end of things. And after that, you get to the next town, which is Cedar Park. And it's growing and thriving, and probably, the tax rates will probably go up there too. But so for right now, I have a zip code for Austin. I live up in the north end. It takes me about 20 minutes to get downtown. And I'm going to integrate some of that into these videos as well. There's some great murals, some great things that I can put in the background and highlight as we go along. Because a lot of people are moving to Austin like every day. It's really changed a lot within the last 10 years. All right, that's 23, almost 24 minutes. I'm going to cut this video and continue on my walk. I hope to see you again sometime. And if not, take care. And if so, take care. And I'll talk to you later.